I'm working with one of the biggest healthcare organizations in North America. We're at a private location. We've got 100 senior leaders there. It's the bigwigs, like many of you, CEO, SVP, they got all the letters, you know, ADD. Half day of trust work. Second half of the day, we got to solve some things. They've said, David, we've had all these consultants in. We've never done anything differently. We're losing HCAP funding. We're losing patients. We've got to do something. Senior leader stands up. I said, what do you most want to see? What do you really need to do? He said, we need a better culture. I said, great. How are you going to start to have a better culture? He sat down, talked to his brilliant team. When he was ready, he stood up and said, we like what you said with clarity. I think we'll be more clear. I said, great. How are you going to be more clear? He sat down. This is the CEO of the second biggest healthcare organization in North America. He sat down, talked to his team. When he was ready, he stood up in front of everybody and said, we're going to communicate more. I said, great. How are you going to communicate more? He sat down, talked to his team. When he was ready, he stood up. He said, we're going to hold each other accountable. After I threw up in my mouth, I said, how? You know, I believe in accountability. You understand accountability. This is partly why we need coaching. The problem is most people don't know what it is. I spent a lot of work on accountability framework this summer because people think they know what accountability. I'll even go to companies that have it as a value and say, oh, I see you like accountability. How do you actually hold people accountable here? You know, accountability stuff. I'll tell you something happened that day. I asked how 7 more times. And that senior leader got an idea they could do today or tomorrow, and then we did it with everybody. And you know the name of this organization, but 9 years later, they said they go back to that day as the tipping point of this massive company that you know. Because they all asked how until they could do something starting today or tomorrow. When you coach, how? When you have a team meeting, stop quitting before you have a how that somebody can do something differently today or tomorrow.
If you like that, subscribe to our YouTube channel or go to trustedge.com for more free resources and tools.